Hello and welcome. This is Farm Life. It's glad having you there once again. And come on, have you ever thought about it? I've come to understand that our successes, our failures, our achievements, and the mistakes, the breakages we have in life, they are all products of our decisions. So, in today's video, I want to share with you a very costly mistake I made on the farm that affected us so badly, that affected the health of our flocks, could go ahead of affecting our productivity. So stick around. This is Farm Life. If you're new to the channel, please come on, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified each time we drop a new video. So today we want to look at biosecurity. We want to discuss biosecurity. Of course, you know, is the reason why our hens are still alive. Is the reason why these birds can still produce eggs for us even at this level. You see, sometime in 2023, this same flock was attacked by a very deadly disease, and in under 3 days we lost over 25% of the flock. That was around week 4. And all of what happened after a lot of research, it came in as a result of lapses with our biosecurity. So these are mistakes we've made, and we wouldn't want you to make that same mistake. That's why in this channel we share with you our successes, our mistakes as well. So what is biosecurity? Biosecurity simply talks about measures that as a farmer you can put in place to ensure the safety of your birds, what you can do locally, professionally, anyhow, just to make sure that the health and the safety of your flock is well taken care of, to make sure that disease is kept far from your farm. That's just what biosecurity is all about. Biosecurity has to do with making sure that these birds are kept in the best condition for them to lay. Biosecurity has to do with all the measures, all what you can do to prevent your flock from biological agents like bacterial infections, like viruses, and all they like. And why is it very important? You see, if I had a thorough understanding about biosecurity even before I started, there are things I would have done that I wouldn't have faced what I faced. You see, those days when my birds were dying, those were days of heat, those were days I couldn't sleep, they were the days I was stressed, and until I understood what to do, all of it would have gone. So why is it important for us to have biosecurity in check? Why is it very important that as a farmer, whether you are on large scale, whether you are on free range, whether you are in battery cage, whatever kind of a farmer you are, as long as you deal with flocks, as long as you deal with animals, why is it so important for you to have a solid biosecurity system in place? So the first reason why biosecurity is very important is because it helps you protect the health and the well-being of your flock. Come on, these birds are designed to give us eggs. The reason why we keep these birds is because we want eggs. They're eggs here. We've done our collection already. These ones were newly laid just this evening, but this is what we want. And if we are not able to make sure that the health and the well-being of these layers are kept in place, they will never give you this. You see, I've come to understand that the least stress that the birds go through, they stop laying. So if biosecurity is not kept in check, you can keep your birds and the past laying stage, and they are not yet giving you the eggs, they are not yet giving you what you want, you keep spending. But when biosecurity is in place, their health is ensured, their wellness is ensured, and productivity comes in. The second reason why biosecurity is very important is because it improves productivity and performance. You see, your birds might be laying, but productivity has to do with them giving you maximum, them giving you what you want, them laying to a percentage that can keep you smiling every day. So biosecurity, making sure that the health of the birds are taken care of, it gives a lot of productivity and performance. The third reason why biosecurity is very, very important: biosecurity ensures and makes sure that we produce food that is safe for our consumers. Here at Farm Life, we are not just interested in giving our customers or our consumers eggs or poultry products, but we want to make sure that what they have as eggs or what they have as our output is what is of quality, is what is safe for their consumption. So biosecurity also helps us to make sure that what goes out there for our consumers, for our lovely consumers, is also good, and it's not, they're not just eggs, but they are eggs that are healthy enough to keep them healthy and strong. You see, just leaving your birds carelessly and playing a lot of neglect on biosecurity is going to cost you so much. You might not see the effects now, but I tell you, in the long run, you will see the effects of neglecting biosecurity. Now, talking about biosecurity, what can we do to make sure that biosecurity is kept in place? What can you do, even as a small scale farmer, to see that your birds are safe, to see that you have eggs that are good for consumption, to see that the health and the well-being of even your consumers are kept in check? What can we do? The first and the most important thing that every farmer should do to make sure that their birds are protected from disease and for the introduction of disease on the farm is that you must be able to limit the entry of visitors in your farm. You see, poultry farming is something you always have people that want to come around, you always have people that want to come and check your farm and see how your farm is doing, but you must be stern and say no, for now, no visitors. I don't know if this, I'm not sure there's any best time you can receive visitors, but there is what you must do if people must visit your farm. So the first thing to do is to make sure that you limit the entry of visitors in your farm, to expose your birds to a lot of dangers. You see, I've always noticed and I've understood that diseases don't appear in the farm. Diseases don't fall from the sky and drop into a farm. Diseases most times are carried by an agent into a farm, and one of the agents that can introduce a disease into your farm is a visitor. If you always have people that visit your farm, maybe they visit your farm without making use of your food bath, without disinfecting themselves and all of that, is a threat to your farm. So you must make sure to secure, to save, and to make sure your flock is okay. You must make sure you limit the introduction, you must limit the visit of people and persons into your farm. The second thing that you should do to make sure that your flocks are safe, because if they are not safe, is not the best, you won't have the result. The second thing you must do to make sure your flocks are safe is that you yourself, you must limit your visitation to other people's farms, so that in as much as you stop people from coming to your farm, you must limit yourself to from going to other people's farm, because you going there, you can introduce a disease there, and you can as well carry a disease back into your farm. You see, it takes just a small microbe to stick to your material or to stick to your cloth, and you bring it in here and you discover that a bird gets sick from that, and the next bird gets sick, because diseases here are mostly contagious, and you just discover that flock starts getting sick and sick and sick, and production starts dropping and all of that, and you are not able. So you must make sure that even as a farmer, you limit your visit to other people's farm, you limit your visits to the farms of other people. Another thing you should do is you must make sure you put disinfectants around your farm. Every poultry farm should have a food dip. So you must make sure you have a food dip. A food dip is where before anybody enters the poultry house, in here we have a number of disinfectants that we have put. So before somebody enters this place, they must make sure their legs are soaked here, they should be having their boots on, they should have their hands washed, and they should have their hands disinfected. And if all of this is done, you see that the introduction of disease into your farm is limited in a big way. So like I said, make sure that your farm is protected with disinfectants. Don't allow people enter your poultry house if they have not washed their hands. Don't allow people enter your poultry house with the clothes they wear and move around. It's insecure for your birds. Make sure they wash their hands, they put on their boots, they change up. Make sure that even for your workers, make sure that the birds are secured. The next thing you should do is to ensure that your flock is protected from other flocks from outside. You see, from local chickens, from rats, from different pets. Don't allow other flocks enter here. Don't allow other animals enter here, because most of the animals that move outside have immune systems that are very, very resistant to the diseases that affect these flocks. So you must make sure that the birds from outside, the local chickens you have around you, you must make sure you protect and you prevent your flock from coming in contact with them. You must protect your flock from coming in contact with rats, insects, and all kind of harmful pets, generally cats and dogs and all of that, from entering here, because it takes just one animal to enter here and spread so many things here. And as a way of preventing access of other animals from entering here, is always recommended, you can, if you can do it, then you can fence the environment. You can, besides keeping your birds in their pen house, you can make sure that your poultry environment is fenced to prevent entry of all kinds of animals and wild animals and all of that, snakes and all of that. Those are things that can introduce diseases on the farm. You must also make sure that you keep your drinkers always clean. You must make sure you wash your drinkers at least 2 times a day. At least 2 times a day. You can wash as many times as you are available, but make sure your drinkers are always washed. Make sure your feeders are cleaned. Make sure the different things you use are cleaned, are disinfected and washed. If you use these bell drinkers, they have a way of contracting dust on it, so you must make sure that you wash your drinkers, you clean your feeders, even the egg trays. If you receive egg trays from outside, just make sure they are disinfected and they are just kept clean. Everything that is used on the farm must be disinfected, everything. And another thing, you must also make sure that you take care of what your flocks are eating and drinking. Their feed should be protected. Their water should come from a very, very clean source. Everything that gets into their system should be well protected. Make sure their feed is protected from rats, is protected from pecking by other birds. Other birds should not come there and have access to it, because that can also lead to transfer of bacteria. So make sure that that is kept. Lastly, as I conclude, make sure that your birds get to take all of their vaccinations. Vaccinations are very, very important. It strengthens their immune system. It gives them resistance to so many diseases out there. Make sure they take their vaccinations so that they don't get easily attacked if a disease is introduced in the farm. I hope you learned something from this video, and thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, if you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bar so you get notified each time we drop a new video. Thank you for being there. Stay safe, keep your birds safe and healthy, and from here we say bye bye.